And former President John Dramani Mahama has retained his number 3 spot on the presidential ballot paper, which will be used for the NDC's upcoming flag bearership race next month. 3 out of the 7 qualified presidential aspirants, Sylvester Mensah, Alban Bagbin and Nuruddin Idrisu, were present for the balloting, whilst the rest were represented by campaign team members. Kwesi Parker-Wilson has the rest of the story.
The balloting, which was scheduled to take place at 10 Wednesday morning, was rescheduled for 3 p.m. because the vetting committee was yet to submit its report to the Functional Executive Committee. Upon receipt of the report, the election committee for the presidential primaries began the process. 3 out of the 7 qualified aspirants were present, whilst the rest delegated others to participate in the process. Kwaku Ahindo is a member of the election committee.
The Honorable ASK Bagbin shall be number 1 on the ballot paper. Alhaji Nuruddin Idrisu shall be number 2 on the ballot paper. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, shall be number 3 on the ballot paper. Sylvester Edina Mensah, Honorable, shall be number 4 on the ballot paper. Dr. Ekospio Gabra shall be number 5 on the ballot paper. Comrade Guzitano shall be number 6 on the ballot paper. And then number 7, Professor Joshua Alabi. And so we have finished with that process. I think all the contestants and aspirants agree that it went well and fair.
Second Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, says his number 1 spot on the ballot means he is the chosen one to lead the party.
It's by his grace that I picked the number 1. And everybody knows the number 1 means the first. And the first means the highest. And that is the best. And so I thank God for that position. And I'm very, very confident that that is the winning position.
And you think that's going to have any impact on the elections?
Sure, that is why it will be the winning position. It has serious impact. Because if you are not the best, you never get the first.
Wasn't it by just sheer dint of luck that you picked number 1?
Well, why should the luck then befall on me and not any other person? That shows that is the chosen one.
Sylvester Mensah, who will occupy the number 4 position on the ballot, believes he is ordained to become the 4th president from the NDC.
Taking number 4 simply tells a story that Sylvester Mensah, the 4th president of the Republic of Ghana. Numbers have meaning, but above all, it is important and significant for us to move into a 3rd gear of campaign, engage our grassroots a lot more, ensure that the trust and confidence reposed in us is sustained, and ensure that we continue to resonate with the mass of our people. Numbers have meaning, and Ghanaians believe in some of these, and I guess that we wait and see what the outcome will be in February 23rd.
Campaign coordinator for Gujitano, Nasser Abdullahi, argues that the campaign message is more important than the number 6 position on the ballot.
Any position on the ballot is good. What is important is the message. I think after over 20 years of practicing democracy and practicing, voting in this country, I don't think the voters are that naive to be following the position of a ballot in order to vote. I think it's about who they really want to vote and what message you are selling for them. So we are happy with the number 6. We are happy with where we are.
No, wouldn't that be a disadvantage?
No, it's not a disadvantage. We've had people win election in this country without being at the top, and we have people who have been at the top or been at the last perform abysmally in election. So it doesn't. I know people say we want to be number 1 or want to be number 7, but realistically, and if you look at the data, it doesn't support that any position like that affects the election results.
Kwesi Parker-Wilson reporting for JoyNews.
Meanwhile, political scientist Dr. Ali Duseidu has been speaking about the NDC's flag-bearership race.
With the candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, if he intends to go for the 2020 elections. So I think what the NDC should do now, and all the other candidates should be aware of, is the fact that they are all competing to serve the interests of the NDC and to bring the NDC back to power. So they have to be very circumspect of the utterances that they make now, the attacks that they bring out, and then most of the speeches that they give to the public. Because these issues are going to be used against the party if one of them is elected at the end of the day. So what I should see more is the candidates talking about their capacities, their competence, their track record, and what they can do to bring the party back to power, rather than attacking the character and the personality of the people who are vying to lead the NDC. That would be a very good weapon given to parties that they'll be contesting with in the 2020 elections.
And ultimately, of course, we know that it's the MPP, and the MPP is forming the party in government. Do you think that the messages prior to the main primary or the election should only be confined to issues related to the NDC, or it should be national?
I think it should be both, because one, you are winning the flag bearership of the NDC is a means to an end, and the end is winning power for the NDC in national elections. So it's not just telling the delegates how you are fit to lead the NDC, your capacity and your competence, but you should also go beyond that and tell them what strategies you can put in place to win them the ultimate prize, that is the presidency. So if you watch the campaign message of former President John Dramani Mahama over the years, you see that he has even gone beyond just telling the delegates how fit he is, because he believes he has a track record. He has been there before. Most of his messages attack the policies of the current government, the personality of the current government, and it is putting him in the posture of what? Running for the presidency, rather than running to lead the party. I know a lot of people have critiqued him for doing that, because they think you haven't yet won the primaries and you are going to campaign as if you are going for the national elections. It shows the level of confidence that he has in himself and his capacity, and then the team that is leading his campaign. And he believed that it is kind of a done deal winning the party flag bearership. What he needs to do is to prove to Ghanaians that he has a capacity to contest and compete with the incumbent government and then the incumbent party, and will be able to deploy the resources that is needed to be able to win the NDC, the presidency. So I think it will be suicidal to kind of limit your campaign message to just how fit you are to lead the NDC. You are not just leading the NDC, but you are leading the NDC to achieve power. What will you do as an alternative to what the current government is doing, so that floating voters, NDC members, and even MPP members will repose confidence in you and give you the nod to lead the country after 2020?